Hello, human! As some of you might have noticed,
I hate hermits.
and I thought, you can't just keep hating the most popular faction. Yeah, I know they're basic, but they're also, kind of important. Today I'm gonna be talking about why the Bastions suck. This is completely unrelated to what I just said, but yeah. We roll. Since my PC sucks and the new version doesn't really allow me to record gameplay without 3 FPS, I have to visualize everything I'm saying with a sort of slideshow that's just gonna add to the humor factor or whatever. It's gonna be difficult to take this seriously. But the point is, the game's factions work as follows. Bastions, the defensive ones that have decent survivability and very good health, but they only have mid-range sustained damage. The Hermits are the close quarters burst damage faction with the lowest survivability of all factions, but with the theoretically best passive healing because they can get everything back without question. And then you have the Imperials, which are the long-range fire support that are also incredibly adaptable but are weak to sustained fire. As the game is right now, it is completely focused on burst damage. Games revolve around how quickly can the Hermit get to the Imperial. Can the Imperial kill them first? Or does the Hermit get close and shred the thing to pieces? Bastions are completely weak to burst damage. They are really good against sustained damage because, well, their passive healing is always active. But if you lose all of your health in a single shot, at least from a single segment, from something like the Desolator or the Acidic Spit from Acrid, the Bastion's passive is completely nullified. It's useless. You survive 4 shots. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. The game is not very Bastion friendly, let me tell you that much. It also doesn't help that the Bastions don't really have burst weapons themselves. Yeah, they have Ram and maybe a Deadbolt. One, Ram is just a shotgun, the only heavy shotgun in the game right now. But what are you gonna use this thing on? The Bastions aren't really fast. You can get close, but you're definitely gonna get outgunned by a Genesis with 3 Terminators or a Shroud with 4 Goliaths. The most you can have is 2, and while it does ridiculous damage, it's just a single burst weapon, and the Deadbolt does so little damage, it is not even worth talking about. Let's summarize this real quick. A passive that is not good against the only viable damage option in the game right now, that being burst damage. No real weapons that do the same to speak of, and getting outgunned constantly because of that. Some of you might be saying, that's a pretty good analysis there, Hamstergun. How do you fix it? To that I say, a slight change to their passive. What I mean by this is making the passive better. What if they could recover lost segments for a short period of time after they lose it? Let's say, hypothetically, 6 seconds, where they can regenerate their lost segment. If they're in their segment that they lost, after those 6 seconds are up, they get to keep it. If they don't have it healed, not completely of course, just if they're in their segment below that, they don't get their segment back. But wouldn't that make them incredibly good against my Desolate? Yes, that's the whole point. Incredible amounts of burst damage are not gonna do anything to them if your weapon has to reload. What you actually need to do is use sustain. This would encourage people to use more sustain-y weapons. This fixes yet another issue where there's no point to use sustain weapons. And because their passive already kind of counters sustain, Bastions are actually gonna be tanky and can actually hold their ground in a fight. This would fix basically all of their problems. Would this make them broken? Maybe. The balancing around it would definitely need some tweaking. And their defense passive would definitely have to be changed, because if they can just regenerate everything at a speed of, well, way too much, then that's not fun for anyone, except the Bastion player.